Again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. I have some copper, some gold, and some silver in a little tiny tray container. Deco Art Americana 24 karat gold, Deco Art copper, and probably an Arteza silver. That is a purple, a dioxazine purple, that I want to be as close to black, but I put some black in that other little dish right there. I have paintball skewers, my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula, a dollar store palette knife, and I've added a little bit of tape in the places that are supposed to guide me to where to put my trees. There's my little thumbnail sketch. And I'm not sure how this is going to go at all. I started with a fine tip Pentel pen, or I started with some chalk and that did not work. It didn't show up well enough for me at all. So I'm basically just going to go for this, and I'm going to start by taking some of this purple and adding enough of an outline just by dipping my spatula in to feel like I can add some of the other colors if I want to. And I can always go over anything with black, of course. And I like the spatula because I can put that little line of paint in and then just sort of drag over from the copious part and dab and drag. And I wasn't entirely sure how I was going to feel about a purple tree, but like I said, I can always put the black in, and I probably will mix a few things up. In the original photograph that I'm using as inspiration, the tops of the trees here and here, turn that around for you, were very black. Very, very black. It's mostly a sunset picture, and I didn't put all the colors I might want in the sky into the sky yet. And of course, it's nothing like the original picture at all, because there was a walkway along the cliff edge and so on and so forth. And I'm not used to doing much of anything. I haven't used a brush in longer than I can tell you. And I'm inclined to just put a little black. There's very little paint in this container. Just put the black right into the purple. Pull up that tape so I don't have to pull it up later. If I want to mess around, I like the paintballs on the end of the skewer for a tool because it's as much like a brush as anything I've got. That is not something that belongs. That is something that does not belong. Things that do not belong have been very hard to grab a hold of recently. I kind of think it must have some roots. I did adjust the location of my tree according to a couple lumps in the paint that dried in there. I need my sketch back. And I just really want to put some lines of demarcation in there. So I'm probably just going to wind my skewer around in a somewhat random seeming pattern and then take the tape off and fill in. I'm not even sure how fast I can do this or if that tree is big enough, because it doesn't look big enough to me. It looks like it needs to go up some, quite a bit in fact. Now I could definitely drag across with a spatula. You shouldn't worry too much about anything falling down in. I've got most of my definition of where I want these things to go in place. And I can add whatever colors I want in there. I even contemplated using one of my small acetate tools and just having at it with some Aussie Floetrol cell activator. And my idea is to just use the paint that's in there already. And the paint that's down here already. The Floetrol will flatten it out some. Black's definitely. What is the black definitely? I don't know what I was going to say. The black paint in the tree trunk is definitely come in handy. To put a little bit of that over the edge, just because I can. Now I used to have some nets, some marbles came in, and that was a really good foliage creator. I used it for something from a picture I made that was a Hawaiian sun setting behind some bramble bushes. I'm just twisting it around, making random seaming marks just to give the impression of foliage. And I'm really tempted to try some of my silver and gold in there. I might be sorry. No, I'm not. I just want something that I can mix in and create some sort of depth, even though it's supposed to be mostly black. And so I'm thinking I'm going to put some of that down underneath. And then come back with the black. I'm sure there's a little sponge tool around here somewhere that if I find it I might be really happy to have. And I found it. Let's just put a whole bunch more black in there. And do hope my dabs work. Because I'd really like to get on with this and cover it up. Cover the surface area that I'm thinking I want. That is just some Glad cling wrap covering the brush. But it's also letting go. It's been there a while. So I'm going to repinch it because that'll work pretty well. I don't mind having a few gaps because it would be the sky showing through. And I definitely think you could put the black or the purple or all the colors down on a little dish and have an even better controlled experiment. I don't want anything flat or really even. Just turning it around in my hand. It's not perfect, but I could always go back and fix whatever I felt wasn't appropriate. And I don't hate it. And I think I want more over here. I want that extra branch sticking out up above. It's not bad. It's not perfect either. I'm just going to start. Pull my tape up first, I think, and take my chances. It was worth a shot. It might be good for someone. Come on, up you come. That's frog tape, the green stuff is. And I've got a little bit of paint on my hands. Come on up. Wasting 5 minutes getting tape up. But you know what, I've got tweezers. And that'll help. I don't want those black smudges. So let's just grab some kind of, let's just start, as I always say. Oh, that's not high enough. Wow. Okay. It is what it is. It'll be higher when I'm done. Grab my paintball. Do I have the right one? Maybe the black. Maybe the purple, I mean. I had a nice round sponge and I think I would have liked that better. I like that the canvas is dry and I can wipe off some stuff. I'm going to grab some of my mixture. Maybe a little too much of it actually, but I will dab black in on top of it. I'm trying to decide if I have a tiny little palette knife. Maybe one of my little tools would be perfect for this. Whoa, not too much paint. There, I'm not hitting on that. I think I'm going to run those straight into each other. Take artistic license. And if I still want to do something to the sky or the ocean, I will do it in another episode or another stage. So that, I'm thinking it's not very precise, but it's close to what I wanted it to look like, so I'm not going to complain too much. It's a little primitive. I'm not practiced, I admit it. I like the purple with the black though. And I'd like to rough up the edge of the black on the foliage. And I like adding those extra colors in there because they sort of bring the eye back down to what I am worried about that being too heavy. But I don't think I can do much about it at this point. It's not, like I said, anything exactly like the original. And miscellaneous marks make it look organic, so. Oh, that's cool. I can scrape some away and have it look like the sky is showing through. which I like. Look back at my picture and see if there's... Alright, I'm going to call it good and assume that I'm going to like it better the next time I see it, because being a perfectionist in the moment is really hard when you're doing art like this. I've got some paint colors left over. I'm going to tell you guys to remember that I told you that if you give me a thumbs up it's helpful, and sharing is even more helpful, watching longer is helpful, leaving me comments is helpful, and watching the commercials is helpful. All those things together. Let's zoom in on those trees. They look better through the camera monitor than they do close up, but I think I'll feel differently about that tomorrow. I like the way they look. I may still want to zhuzh the sky up. It's entirely possible. So thank you guys for the donations, and remember that there is a monthly drawing, and you can see the prizes at the beginning of the exhibition video included on the end screens of all recent videos. I give lessons at the house, and I do sell my artwork. If you'd like to contact me, look below the link tree underneath the video for my email address by clicking Show More. You will also find Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links are on my link tree. I guess I meant to say my paint pouring recipe is under there, but I got distracted for a second. I love you guys. If you have questions, please ask me. I have over 2,200 videos on playlists, all playlists, creative playlists you can find by going to my YouTube channel. My community board is on my YouTube channel. You can ask me questions there or in the comments section. Either way, I will get back to you as soon as I can. I have 2 books in there on my Amazon link, and my Amazon link is on Linktree, and they are Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities, volumes 1 and 2. There's a lot of great stuff there, and if you shop the Amazon link, anything on Amazon from my link, it's very helpful. I do use GAC 800 by Golden in all of my paint mixtures. When the paint is heavy, it helps keep it from cracking, but you need a minimum of 25% overall, I believe, in order to make it work well. Anyway, good enough for now. This is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery saying thanks for being here. I post 7 days a week. I'm contemplating posting once a day, and we'll see how that goes, because it's been twice a day until recently. I love you guys. Thank you for inspiring the heck out of me. This was a pain, you know where, but it had to be done because I really want to practice my trees. I'll see you anon. Bye for now. Priscilla out. I love you all. Thanks again.